Hello and welcome to my mini series. If you are someone watching this is wanting to get back in track, you're wanting to hit your fitness goals, you're wanting that reset, maybe you've had a little bit of a heavy summer, you got to the point where you're like, oh god, yeah, the pounds have definitely crept back on and you want to get rid of those pounds, then listen to this. This is for people that want to create a healthier lifestyle, that want to lose weight, that want to quit binge eating, and essentially just create that toned look so you're feeling confident, strong, sexy, and all the rest of it. So if this is for you, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be sending you a video over the next 5 days, so just come back at 7 PM every evening and this will be on here. However, if you're like, do you know what, actually, Liz? No, I have stayed on track and I haven't gained any pounds over the summer, but I do know someone who said to me at coffee the other day that they actually have gained some pounds. Maybe send this to them. It could help someone close to you and they can be very grateful for you in the coming months. Over the next 5 days, I'm going to be talking to you about the common problems in the fitness industry, should we say, that many people fall into, that yo-yo dieting trap, the binge eating trap. And that literally becomes a trap because we've got this blurred sort of vision. It's like we've got our rose tinted glasses on and we just want a fat loss journey to be absolutely perfect. We want to be perfect at everything, and the minute we don't feel perfect, we start to fall off, bad habits start to come back in and we feel like a failure. Self-esteem is slowly lowering and of course you fall off track. So if you are someone that's fallen off track, like seriously, from girl to girl, me to you, I want you to know that you are not alone, and that happened to me on multiple different occasions. I was dieting what felt like my whole life, and honestly I do a diet once a year now, if that. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then keep listening. Now, if you are unsure what that cycle is, that all or nothing, that binge restrict cycle, then basically what it is when you are like really good in the week. So like Monday to Thursday or sometimes Friday, you're like really clean, really healthy, you've had your green juices, that you're feeling like really on it. You're like, yeah, I'm excited, I'm ready. By like the end of the week, like Thursday, Friday, you start to get a little bit more hungry. Do you think, oh, okay, I'll just have one. And then that one bit of chocolate, for example, will turn into a ripple effect. You will spiral, and then by the weekend you think, oh, whatever, I can't bother this is boring, I want to live my best life. And rightly so. But the thing that I want to tell you, and the thing that I do teach you in the LIFT method, is that dieting with me isn't restrictive or boring. It really isn't. And I know it sounds so cliche, you probably hear it all the time and think, yeah, until you join something like the LIFT method, you just won't know. Talking of the LIFT method, early access has just gone out yesterday. So if you do want to get on the LIFT method, all you need to do is click the link down below and that will take you to the early access form. It's called the priority list. This is where the email gets sent with the link to join up to the LIFT method. If you've got no idea what the LIFT method is, basically it is a 6-week fat loss plan that's going to help you become binge free, get you toned, get you lean, and get you on the way to that journey. Right now where you're at, you're probably yo-yo dieting, you know, and if you are in a place of any of the above what I've just said, honestly, that's going to help you massively to come into the LIFT method. I take you through a structured method that gets you to that goal. So it's not like you join and you just, it's very blasé, it's very structured, you've got that routine, and I know that's what many people lack, as well as the accountability. So you do stay focused on you do stay on track, and you get that buzz again to be like, oh my god, yeah, I'm feeling good, like I'm feeling strong, and you know, it's that feeling from within which will then sparkle out and help you in other aspects of your life. I'm not going to promise wonders with the LIFT method. I'm not going to say you're going to lose 8 kg in 6 weeks, because I am not to know that. I have had clients lose 6 kg in 6 weeks, so why can't it happen for you? The one thing that is going to improve within the LIFT method is your mindset, is your routine, and your habits. You're going to become a lot more consistent. You're going to understand how to deal with the weekends, how you don't binge, how you manage social plans, and how you go without feeling restrictive and boring, but also without blowing the car out and going absolutely mental spiraling, and then getting to the point where you've gained lots of weight by the Monday and feeling sluggish, guilty, maybe you're a bit fed up, upset, maybe your mood has changed as a result of it. And that is what the LIFT method helps you do. So let me talk to you a little bit more about mindset. So I really want to help as many women as I can, because I never realised I was this person, and I really wish I had someone just to sit down and go, right Liz, this is what you're struggling with, and this was why you're struggling to stick to the healthy habits. And it starts with the mindset. So if you can acknowledge what mindset you're in, that is step one to improving. You don't have to improve it overnight. You won't improve it overnight, in fact, but you can do it with time. But the first step is acknowledging. So the first mindset I want to talk to you about is the fixed mindset. So that's when that is usually the all or nothing mindset, the like the hot or the cold, the really happy or really upset. There's sort of like no in between of anything. Or it's like you're going to go out for dinner on one weekend and then have no plans for the rest of the month, you know? It's that hot and cold sort of energy within your mood, within your characteristics, within your lifestyle, within everything. And that comes under the fixed mindset. You might find yourself saying like, oh, I'm just fat now. It's just how I'll be. I'm just like that. My client Jess actually said those exact words when she came into my coaching, and I want to share it with you because maybe you have had one of those really bad days. You've looked in the mirror and you just feel awful. You just don't like what you see. You don't feel like yourself. You feel like you've lost yourself a little bit from when maybe you were a little bit younger. And it's that feeling of just like feeling so low within yourself, and it feels almost impossible to climb out of it. So instead you accept that you should just be that weight, when actually you probably could lose weight. But sometimes you just need that accountability, the support, the guidance, and the knowledge to know what to do. And that is what the Lift Method will bring you. With my client Jess, she actually had so much potential, guys. It actually makes me so sad thinking about it, because when I was on a call with her, she actually came into my one-to-one coaching, but I had a call with her and she was just so, I could just see the fear in her eye, but also the upset, the hurt, the pain that I saw in her eye. Was like she was so desperate to escape it, but almost like she was trapped in a cage and couldn't. She's now lost over 7 kg and she just is doing so well. This is just the start of her journey, and yeah, I can't wait to take her on even further. But I just want to know, I want you to know watching this, if you are feeling any of these feelings, like there is hope for you. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you do not have to feel unhappy within your own skin for the rest of your life. Like, have you ever, because I know my client Jess would say the same, and I was definitely the same, have you ever got to a Monday and just like think, right, I'm gonna get back on it now, and like everything's so good, you've got like no chocolate in the fridge, everything's cleared out from the weekend, there's no alcohol, everything's like salads and broccolis and chickens and rice and all of that. You have all those things, and then by Thursday you're starting to feel good, but also feel really tired, de-energized and lethargic. Like, honestly, just like take a moment of silence to be like, do I feel like that? Have I done that? Because sometimes until you hear it from someone else and you take a step back and you go, oh my god, that actually was me. And that was the realization that I had when I heard someone else talk about it. And if you are feeling that, like I said earlier, I want you to know that it's okay and you're not alone, and there are loads of other women that are in the same position as you. The one thing that you have just done just now whilst I was talking was probably acknowledged your thoughts and your feelings, and acknowledged your behaviours, your routines, and thought, actually, yeah, I do that. And if you do, I can assure you now, the Lift Method is here to help you build that confidence, improve your mindset, improve your lifestyle, and all of those factors are going to come into so many things. They're going to better relationships, your jobs, your everything. But anyway, I'm not going to sell you the Lift Method. You either want it or you don't. But that is just something that I wanted to say, is like, if you are feeling vulnerable right now, you're here with me and I've got you. The next mindset is the growth mindset. So that is like when you're basically a sponge. Say I'm water, you're the sponge watching this, and you're going to soak up all the information I'm going to tell you to help you improve your mindset. The growth mindset is being a little bit more open to things. So for example, like with the when you're feeling trapped in your own weight, a growth mindset quote could be something along the lines of, I'm feeling really low right now, but I know this is one of the last times I'm going to feel like this, and it's only going to improve now. Saying something like that really helps when you have a solution. It's really hard to sit there and say that when you don't have a solution. You're like, well, how am I going to get out of this? Because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. It's obviously not working because I'm still sat in this position, you know. So when you start something, you embark something, you know that that feeling is temporary. Suddenly it becomes easier to deal with, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I will be honest with you though, like, coming into the growth mindset doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. And that is the difference. You would rather be on the train to the journey, to the destination. Where are we going? I don't know. Paris. Paris. You'd rather be on the train to Paris, or rather than not on the train. It's the same with your fat loss and quitting binge eating and toning up. You want to be on the train to going rather than not going at all. We don't want any cancelled trains over here. So if you are in that fixed mindset, what I want you to do and what I encourage you to do, this is one of my many tips, girls, is to write down your thoughts when you are having that negative thought, okay? So for example, a few of my clients on my one-to-one deals and on the Lift Method, and they will literally write down exactly what they just thought. And the beautiful thing about this is that you can acknowledge that you had that thought. If you can do that, you can change your mindset. You really, really can. You acknowledge it, you write down notes with your phone, or if you carry a notepad in your handbag and you prefer to write it down, sometimes I do that, it's quite a nice thing to carry around with you as well. And actually write it down so you've got no screens. I often put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I do this as well, if I use my phone, because it just has no distractions, it's just you and your mind, and you just write down exactly how you feel. So it could be, I don't deserve to lose weight, for example. Then you reframe it. Now, the first time you do this, it's gonna feel a little bit taboo, a bit weird. How am I gonna do that? Well, what do I write? Even if you just write 2 words that are positive about that reframes what you've just said, then you're winning, you're improving. And as you do it, your mind starts to improve, it starts to change, and you start to think in a different way. The second thing I encourage you to do, and don't think you're weird for doing this, because you're really not, say it out loud. To a friend, on a phone call, to yourself. Literally just sit wherever you are and just say it. Because the more you say it, the more you practice that, oh my goodness me, let me tell you, it happens so much quicker. Your growth mindset comes in and suddenly you're just thinking, and you'll get to the point, guys, where you're literally just saying things that you would never even dream of saying. And not even about fat loss or anything, or binge eating, it can come into anything in life. Like, I don't know, say you go clothes shopping and there's no size 14s, and you're instead of going, oh, there's no 14s, for God's sake, oh, you know, and getting that feeling in, it will be something along the lines of, you know, not saying it'll be exactly these words, because everyone's different, everyone speaks differently, but it could be something like, okay, what I'll do, it's a bit frustrating, yeah, let's admit it's annoying. I've come into the shop, I've driven this way, I've paid, I've got the petrol, you know, I've done all that. However, I will look online and I'll click the notify me button and it will come back in. It just probably wasn't my day to come shopping. And maybe actually what I could have done is checked online to see if it was in store. You know, it's just something like that that just completely refigures your brain. So yeah, try that out and let me know how you get on in the comments. And before I go, the last thing I want to tell you is that you're not meant to be perfect on this journey. If you choose to embark on the Lift journey, if you choose to invest in yourself, into the Lift Method, you're not meant to be perfect. You're not meant to come with a clear schedule. You're not meant to come feeling absolutely amazing. You know, it's like going for a facial for acne and going into the facial with no spots. It's just not how it's gonna go. You're gonna go in feeling a little bit self-conscious maybe. Maybe you have got a little bit of acne. Maybe you are feeling a bit scared. What's the treatment gonna do? Is it gonna make it worse or better? But you go in and you try it, and that's impossible. And that is the important part. That is all I ask clients to do. Come in, try it. Because at least you know that you have tried and you have listened and you've really thrown yourself in. The type of women that I help come in open-minded, and honestly, they all do enjoy it because they're bettering themselves, which is just amazing. So if you want the opportunity to do that, the link is down below. There is only 10 spots at 125. I've already got 50 women on the priority list who are interested. So as soon as that link goes live, they are gonna get the link. I promise you now, it is literally just that link that get it, and then it goes live to the public just before the start date of the Lift Method. But to avoid disappointment, I would get on there. It's 125 for the first 10, and then it goes to 150. Like, genuinely, not even just saying it, not even trying to be salesy, not even trying to push you, it's just true. Anyway, like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And also, before I cut this video, tomorrow I'm talking to you about the scales. How to not let the scales control or rule your life, and why they just aren't that important. See you then.